Listen up, this video has got the secret formula in it for you to become a winner. I'm gonna be honest with you, we all start off as losers in some form or another. It takes doing exactly what I put into this video. As I've coached thousands of people all around the country, I've compiled the things that are the most common traits for people that are winning at life. And by the way, most of this stuff is not factory installed on you, so you're going to have to understand it and develop it and create it. Check it out. Okay, I'm gonna get into the secret formula that you're gonna need to become a winner, but let's just talk about something. What are losers? Losers are victim-minded. They got a problem with everything and solutions for none. They're the people that walk around in companies totally consuming the energy and not contributing. Write that down. The consumers versus the contributors. I'm gonna tell you the tips that you need, but we need to understand what losers look like so we can recognize that we might have some of these loser traits that we need to get rid of. Ultimately, what winners do is they start to kill off all these little bad things that they don't like about themselves, and that's how they become a winner. So I know that losers, they're victim-minded, they always got a problem with everything, they're consumers, they suck the life out of people. Like, write a couple things down. What do? Do they not finish tasks? Are they lazy? Do they procrastinate every time they get something? Hey, are they one of those people that right when you tell them to do something, maybe you're their sales manager, or maybe you're a sales leader, or maybe you got some good advice for somebody and they say, yeah, but. Like I go to tell you, hey, you should handle it with this word track. I've done this for 10 years. Why don't you go tell the customer this? And they say, yeah, I tried that. Oh yeah, but I tried that. Okay, that's a loser. Hey, it's the Macklin Twins. Thanks for watching the video. If you want the free personal development guide that's gonna change your life for free, go ahead and text our phone number, 480-780-2203, and it'll change your life forever. Let's get back to the video. Text us right now, let's go. If you're coachable, you have to understand, in order to be great in sales, in order to be great in leadership, drop the ego. Losers, ego's at an all-time high, entitlement, and by the way, the one that I hate the most is broke arrogance. Somebody who's broke and arrogant, okay? Those people never win. They think everything's a scam. They've got reasons and excuses for everything and results for none. None. But yet they want to walk around and act like they know it all. Okay, you might send this video to a couple of them and say, hey, you need a wake-up call. You need to become a winner. You're kind of a loser right now. No big deal. We've all been there. I was a loser. I didn't believe in myself. I had problems, and then all of a sudden, I started to change. I'm gonna tell you what changed the day that I became a winner and why I started to really focus on this. And by the way, I've coached thousands of salespeople from all around the country, all around the world, in every industry, and all of them do this. Number one, they're goal focused. They're focused on one goal. They have a singularity of focus. So write those down. Goal focus, singularity of focus. That means they're focused on one thing. So many times I see salespeople run up and they got 90 different ideas. They want to build a brand. They want to learn objection handling. They want to learn closing. They want to learn this. They want to learn that. They want to do all these things, right? And they end up not doing anything because indecisive, because they can't make a decision to master one thing. Focus on the one thing. Focus on the one thing, the one goal that you want to accomplish right now that you know can produce more revenue in your company. If you can become a master of just knocking out tasks while these other guys are just confused going from task to task, you're going to win. Number two, you got to be very competitive, man. Do you got the competitive nature? Are you fired up? Are you in offensive posture, ready to attack? Are you always in defense? Just walking around. Here, grab your hand. If you're one of these people that's kind of negative and you're kind of always walking around, not in offense, not ready to make phone calls, not ready to attack, not hyped up. Like, remember that first day you got the job? Remember that? Called your mommy? You're like, Mom, hey, yo, they gave me the job. You wouldn't believe it. I killed this interview. I told them I'm gonna do everything possible. I'm gonna show up with a great attitude. Mom, I know we're broke. I know we don't have much money, but I'm gonna get you out of it. I'm gonna buy you the house one day. Then you got the job in sales, and then it got a little hard, and you started walking around with a stick in your ass, okay? Take the hand right now and grab the stick and remove it. Pull it out. Stop being okay with being in the middle of the pack. Since when did people tell you it was okay to take second and third? Are you one of these people? I see so many people joke around in the world right now that kids get participation trophies. Because when I grew up, by the way, my mom, when Ian and I grew up, she encouraged us to be number one at everything that we did. Gives me freaking goosebumps, gives me chills because I'm so thankful for that mentality. You might not have had those people around you to make you believe that you're number one, but you got them now, and it's called the Elliott Group. It's called the Elliott Army. Connect with one of our coaches, text us on this number that we put on the screen. You'll have somebody that will remind you that you are a winner. But back to this part participation trophy culture. Some of you guys joke around about that in the world, but you're number 3, 4, 5, 6 in your company. That's crazy. You're part of that, and you're like walking around okay with that. It's not okay. You need to become more competitive. You need to become a person that damn near sleeps with their shoes on, so they're just fired up and ready to go in the morning. When did it be okay to like go home and just watch Netflix all day and not study your craft and not become a master of it? It's not okay. I know this. When I'm competitive at work, when I'm the top dog, which I was the top person in my dealership for 8.5 years, for 10 years in the country, there was not many people that I've seen that have ever sold more cars than me in Nissan, right? Because I was competitive. I wanted it. I wanted to win. I had a feeling that there was more inside of me and I could do it, and I could give this approach that nobody else had. I could go in and beat people by knowing the numbers. People don't want to work anymore. It's like a microwavable culture right now. Here, let me just pop in a little bit of success. Oh, 30 seconds, got my success. Let me eat it. Dude, it doesn't work like that. It's gonna take you time. But you have to have aggressive patience. Write that down. Aggressive patience towards it. You see a guy that's number 1 in your store, find his Achilles heel. Figure out the way he's generating his leads. Figure out the way that he's doing his stuff. Start to emulate it. Find the good things that he does. Find the good things about other people that are pros in your business. What do they do? What do you not do? And then figure out a way to become this well-rounded salesperson. Think about it like if you drew a badass salesperson, whose mindset would they have? Whose skill set would they have? Whose competitive fire would they have? Whose speaking ability would they have? Build that person and then you become it. You can shift your identity today. But I also learned this. Once I became competitive in business, I became competitive in my relationships. I wanted the best relationship ever. I wanted the best relationship ever. I wanted to be the best husband ever. I wanted to be the best dad ever. It trickles down. You're almost predisposed to winning in every other area when you become the top dog at your business. It's really rare that you see those guys start to lose in other areas unless they just shift their perspective. They're around the wrong people. They might start doing stupid shit. But for me, once I started to do that, I started being like, man, if I could win in this, I could win in almost everything. So you gotta become very competitive. Just be so stirred up that you're gonna do what other people can't do, so that way you can live like other people won't. What does that mean? That means you're gonna have to outwork them. That means on Saturday nights, when you wanna go home after a long week of working and you wanna kick up Netflix on, you put some sales training on, you watch the twins kicking some ass on social media, and then you figure out what we're doing or what somebody else is doing that you might look up to, and you figure out how to implement it in your game. That's how you become a winner, okay? On Sundays, you go to church, you do good stuff, you work out, you study, you don't go drink at the bar all day with the boys. You avoid all the bullshit net conversations that come along with that. So then you're not groggy on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, some of you don't want to do that. Football season's coming up, gotta watch football, gotta do all this stuff. No, dude, you gotta become successful. You gotta be competitive. This is your sport, not what other people are doing. What do you play? All right, number 3, guys. Winners, we're disciplined and structured. I don't just walk into my day not knowing what appointments that I have, or knowing what appointments that I'm gonna call, or when I'm gonna cold call, or when my follow-up day is. Like, I know what I got to do because I'm disciplined and structured. I've wrote a plan and I stuck to my plan. So many times, losers, they get hit in the mouth with one plan and then they pivot. Figure out a freaking plan that's gonna work. It's crazy. Just think about it right now. If I was gonna go to the gym, do I know if it's gonna be leg day, arm day? Do I know what it's gonna be? Or do I just walk in there like, oh, well, let me just figure out how I'm just gonna build some muscle, figure out what I'm just gonna eat today. I guess I'll just figure that out when I get to work. That ain't discipline and structure, man. You're gonna have to be highly disciplined and structured with everything in your life if you wanna win. From your relationships, to the time that you spend with your kids, to the time that you film content. Right now I'm filming content. It's a batch in my schedule. It's a 2-hour time block in my schedule for me to get my content done for the week. I don't spend all day. I don't chase it down all freaking day. You're gonna have to start to batch things up in different buckets in different areas on different time, so that way you can get it all done. And those of you that wanna go make big daddy money, you wanna be a 7-figure earner and you can't manage your time, making little baby money, if you want big checks, you're gonna have bigger problems. You're gonna have more people that are relying on you. If you can't get disciplined and structured right now, that also equals your money. Are you disciplined and structured with your finances? Do you invest more money in your entertainment, your Netflix, going out, doing all that bullshit, hanging out, having fun? Are you disciplined with your money? Like, if I pulled your bank statement up, where does your energy flow? Well, it's where your money goes. Or is your education budget, like, dude, you're reading, you're listening to podcasts, you're going to events, you're finding new connections, you're getting in some rooms, some big VIP rooms where you can go see some people and talk to some people that are doing really big stuff. Oh, Evan, that's gonna cost me a couple $1,000s. Yeah, if I pulled up your money right now, the money that you're wasting, you would crap yourself. But the truth is, some of those relationships and some of the things that you need are the big change in season that you need to have. It's the one handshake that's gonna lead to a whole new season in your life. You're still thinking small. Be disciplined and structured with your money. Figure out ways to invest that money into bigger stuff and get around people that are doing the stuff that you want to do. It's the ultimate hack. Okay, when I started being disciplined and structured with my money, I went down to one seminar. My brother, we ended up going to a seminar in Dallas. It was fire, man. It changed our life. We had 10 stories, met all these guys. It changed everything that we did. And then all of a sudden we wanted more. We heard this crazy guy, Andy Elliott, was doing a seminar. We called him. We said, dude, we'll pay whatever it takes to get down there. And look where it led. I'm telling you right now, if you're not disciplined and structured in all these areas of your life, you're gonna wake up with the same life over and over and over again. If you find yourself never being able to get to more than $20,000 or $30,000 in the bank, there's probably a reason. It's because for some reason you can't find discipline after that and you start to spend your money. Maybe you've never been around people that have had money. Maybe you've never understood how it works. Start to figure that out. Maybe that's your hole. Maybe that's your weakness. Number 4, ooh, this one's gonna be a big one. You ain't gonna like it. Impulse control. Write it down. Impulse control. Right when you get done with this video, are you going to the refrigerator, eat some cookies, eat some snacks? You're like, train, check the box. Now I'm gonna go chill. That's your impulse coming up. Watched a couple of YouTube videos. Back to Instagram. That's your impulse control. Oh, hey, maybe you sell something over the phone. Close that deal, get off that Zoom call, customer signs up. What do? Do you go get on social media? Do you go talk to a couple of buddies? Do you know how much time you're killing with your impulses? What if you sell a car on a car lot? When's the best time to sell something? Right after you've just sold something. So the worst thing that you could do is to kill your momentum and to fall victim to your impulses that want you to be comfortable and do the easy shit. You have to start to understand that your mind wants you to do the easy stuff. It wants you to get the little dopamine hit off of watching somebody else's life, their highlight reel, which, by the way, you know, like most of their stuff is the highlights, right? Delete the app. I don't care. Figure out something. Don't delete YouTube. Don't delete the twins, okay? But delete something maybe. Your impulses, that waste of time right there, what if it's 30 minutes a day? What if it's an hour a day? I'm willing to bet you the average person, it's at least an hour a day. The winners understand that time, okay? We understand that time is your most valuable asset. Like, we understand it. We understand like almost what we make per minute. Like, do your year to date. Understand what you make. Understand what time you're wasting. I got a rule about meetings. I know what I make damn near to the minute. So if I'm gonna go to a 60-minute meeting and it's not totally worth my time, you ain't gonna catch me there. If I know that I got somebody that wants to come meet with me and it's gonna take 30 minutes, I know what my time's worth. And I take it seriously. You have to start taking it seriously. So kill off your impulses. Write down a couple of things right now that are your impulses that are holding you back from winning, that are holding you back from being a winner. You have to learn how to get these things under control if you want to win. Please understand, if you can't coach yourself right now on this, there's nobody that can save you. Number 5, winners are athlete-minded. They understand that the condition they're in, mentally and physically, have a probability on them winning. So they could up the probability or lower it. If their mentality sucks because they're not getting any sleep, they're probably not gonna have the energy it takes to convince a customer or a sales team to go get more or to close a deal. Think about athletes for a second. Think about LeBron James. He spends $1 million plus a year on himself. Look at where he's been able to accomplish. I remember when I was younger, LeBron's been in the game for 21 years now, longer than most of you guys have been alive. But when LeBron came out of high school, he was the athlete that was the most hype that had ever been built around an athlete. And most people said it was unfair to place this amount of hype on him because he could never accomplish this. Now look what's happened. Over 21 years, he's built the body, the mindset, the family. His son is in the NBA with him now. How's he been able to do that? Well, you think he's out drinking with his buddies? You think he's out messing around? Have you ever seen LeBron James in the news for cheating on his wife? Anything like that? You ever seen any scandals with him? Because he's athlete-minded, because he's got a big vision. He wants to become a Hall of Famer. I know that if I've got a big Monday coming up, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 72-hour rule, 72 hours before a big day, before a big game, I need to be eating right, getting my mindset right, the whole thing, everything, it's all rhythm and momentum. But people don't understand that because they're focused on the bullshit, the stupid stuff, the putting bad stuff in their body so their mind isn't on fire. What are you putting in your body? What are you putting in your mind? Are you focused like an athlete too on your skill? Think about this for a second. Steph Curry, he shot, they said somewhere like 3 million threes to make a couple thousand to set the record in the NBA. Millions and millions of shots. Couple hundred a day in order to make a couple thousand to be considered the best three-point shooter of all time. Muscle memory. Are you getting that muscle memory with your speaking? Are you getting that muscle memory with your objection handling? Are you getting that muscle memory with your closes? If you can take that level of practice and put that into preparation and put that into the game, when you get in front of your customers, you're gonna fall back to your lowest level of skill. If you fall back to your lowest level of skill, and it's really good skill because you've been practicing, when somebody hits you with an objection, you're like, man, hey, listen, by the way, in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, I've had the best couple of days of my life. I've been working out, I've been taking good care of myself, I believe in myself, I'm proud of myself, I'm happy, I've got the right sleep. And then they say, hey, I gotta think about it. You're like, you gotta think about it? What? Are you crazy? Come here. And you overcome that objection. Your rapport is right. The relationship you built with the customer is right. In fact, they want to be you. You remind them of the son that they wanted, the grandson that they wanted, the nephew or the niece or the sister that they wanted. They're like, man, I wish I could spend more time with you. Why? Because you're a pro. Because there's amateurs in the world and there's pros. The amateurs, they go with their feelings. How they feel dictates their entire life. The pros, they don't give a shit about their feelings. They know they gotta wake up every day. They gotta wake up, they gotta grow up, and they gotta deliver every single freaking day. These are the Navy SEALs, not the baby SEALs that are over here. What do you wanna be? Do you wanna be a contender? Or do you wanna be a little baby pretender? Where do you wanna be in life? Okay? If you can follow that formula, you're gonna win. If you don't follow that formula and you don't start to get good at all these little things, you don't have to be crazy good in one area to be a badass salesperson or entrepreneur. You just need to be 5-10% better in every single area than all your competitors. And here's a bonus tip. How do you walk? How do you talk? Do you move about 5-10% quicker than everybody else? Do you take action 10% quicker than everybody else? Are you one of the people that when somebody walks in your business, they tell you something, you're like, I got that done, here, I'm ready to go? Or does it take you a while to make a decision? Would it take you a while to make a decision on this YouTube video if I told you we have a community for $97 that you could get into our community and be around like-minded people just like you who are going through a total recreation with their physical, their mental, their business, everything. They're so dialed in on their personal development. They're a positive group of people that are winning at a high level. Well, we've got communities for that. Check the description, get with us, be a part of the Elliott Group, be a part of our tribe, but make a decision. Move faster than everybody else. Walk faster than people. Talk a little faster than people. Be the person that's more fired up than everybody. Be the person that's got a little bit better of an attitude. Be the person that cares just a little bit more than everybody else. Be the person that follows up a little bit longer than everybody else. Be the person that shows up just a little longer than everybody else. And I can promise you, you're gonna win at levels you never thought possible. And by the way, if you like the content that you see, go on ahead and drop a comment below on one of the tips that you're gonna use to change your life. Like the video, comment on the video, comment with one of the things that you wanna change, okay? And then subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the little subscribe button right now. And also share this video with one person that it might help change their life so that way they can focus on becoming a winner in their life. Because if you can start to surround yourself with more winners, you're ultimately gonna win at a higher level too. So share this with some people and let's help create some more winners. We need it. The world's starving for winners. Come on.